Rob, I want to talk to you a little bit about Real Madrid, because in Carlo Ancelotti's presentation, he was repeatedly asked about bringing in possible arrivals, and he repeatedly talked about having to actually trim the Real Madrid squad. Now, Diario AS have reported today that he doesn't want a squad any bigger than 22 or 23 players. He wants 2 players in each position. We know there'll probably be a few players coming up from Castilla that he can use. And these are some of the names that are on the list: Luka Jovic, Isco, Martin Odegaard, Mariano, Rodrigo, and Kubo as well. With Jovic, 60 million paid. 5 seasons that was for. No offers for Isco, and I think a big thing here is his annual salary, which is reported to be 8 million a year, that they may even be willing to take a reduced fee for him just to shift some of that salary. So what do you see happening here?
Well, in the dream world, they would get the money they paid for all of those players. They'd put it all in the bank, and then a couple of days later, they'd draw it out and buy Mbappe. But that is the dream world. What they need to do is to try to reclaim some of the ridiculous money they spent in the transfer market, and they haven't got a dividend on in the last few years. And also what they need to do, like Barcelona Football Club, but maybe it's not as bad as Barca, is to reduce the wage bill. But everybody knows at the moment, with 2 weeks to go to the start of the Premier League season and the start of La Liga season, it's a buyer's market. And if they're trying to get rid of somebody, they're going to wait until the very last minute, and they're going to make a ridiculous offer and maybe say, well, we'll take him off you for this, or we'll pay you a loan fee, but you've got to continue to pay half of the wages. So no president is going to move. There are very few clubs that can afford to pay money in there. And I would imagine a little bit like Barcelona, that most of the players have got a price on their head. Isco, Jovic, Odegaard, Ceballos, Mariano, Odriozola, all players who've been recruited in recent years, but all players that seem to have no future at Real Madrid, and they've spent so much money there and they just haven't got anything out of those players. And then you think of Hazard as well, 100 million. If they could get half of that back for him, I think they'd take it tomorrow.
Yeah, a lot of money as well for Mariano. Now, there's some that they see as maybe having a future there, but just not right now. Like Kubo and Rodrigo and Odegaard fall into that category. But it's Jovic, Isco and Mariano that are being talked about as players that they're hoping will bring them money in. But can you see any realistic buyers for these players right now?
Not really, not at the ages as well. You know, Isco's soon to be 30. Jovic came in with a lot of promise. He's not really done it. They loaned him out last year. And Real Madrid, I think I'm right in saying, about 35, 38 senior professionals there. What Ancelotti wants to do is get it down to a squad of maybe about 20 players, and then allow a pathway for the players who they will have spent a lot of money on to bring them into the Real Madrid youth system and have them on the verges of the first team. They brought several through last year. It has been a revolution there. But if hand on heart, and I'm sure you're going to ask me about Barcelona as well, I can't really see anybody taking those players. Certainly not buying them, maybe coming in and taking them on loan and maybe paying them a fraction of the wages just to help Real Madrid out and to put a big name on the team sheet on a Saturday afternoon. But I can't see there being a lot of movement at Real Madrid. And poor old Ancelotti, he doesn't know what his 11 is going to be on the starting weekend of the season. He doesn't know he knows what he'd like to play, but doesn't know if those players are going to be about.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.